Disgraced VTuber Agency is hijacking retired accounts with new voice actors. This is so like small. I'll probably keep it open like this. To be fair, um, that's interesting. This is just a 3-minute video. We can watch that.
So I'm not sure how many of you guys are aware of the company Wactor, okay? They are the definition of a black company. They are worse than Niji Sanji, and yes.
What? It gets worse than Niji Sanji? Like, genuinely, it gets worse than Niji Sanji. I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
That is possible. But they've done a recent rebrand. They got into a lot of trouble for some various controversies, including scamming some of their talents out of money, hiring underage VTubers.
What is that company called?
Done a recent rebrand. They got worse than Niji Sanji, and yes, that is possible. But they've done a recent
Let me go back.
Okay, they are the definition.
Let me go farther back.
So I'm not sure how many of you guys are aware of the company Wactor, okay?
Let me Google that. Let me look up. I am genuinely interested. Is there a good video out there that talks about this? Is there a good video out there that talks about this? I guess I'm gonna put that in the playlist. Cause now I'm curious what this company genuinely did. Now I'm very curious. Okay, now let's continue.
They are the definition of a black company. They are worse than Niji Sanji, and yes, that is possible. But they've done a recent rebrand.
I still don't believe
a lot of trouble for some various controversies, including scamming some of their talents out of money, hiring underage VTubers to be a part of their company.
Leave the minors alone. Kids shouldn't do this. This is just period. Kids should not do this. What is your problem with trying to hire underage VTubers?
General abuse within the company, and really just some really shady stuff, including doxing some of the personal information of people after they left the company purely out of spite. Okay, and
okay, this might actually be worse. This might actually be worse than Niji Sanji. Genuinely.
They've done a recent rebrand. This was originally a Spanish company. Now they've linked up with this 910, and now they're out here trying to pose as this this fresh new company nobody's really heard about. Well, the issue here is that now they made this post where they're trying to hire some new talents, basically getting new voice actors to play the role of these VTuber models. The only issue is they're selling accounts that previously existed.
Ain't no fucking way. Who thought this was a good idea? Who thought this was a good idea? I am flabbergasted that this went even through.
From Wactor. So you have accounts with over 200,000 subs, or over 100,000, 50, 20,000, 10,000. And basically what they're doing is they're trying to bring in new talents to take over those accounts. Not just the accounts, but the VTuber models, everything. They're basically digging up a corpse and giving it a new voice and saying, use this. Now, legality. I know some people in the chat are like, how is that legal? It might be legal because they own the IPs. I would imagine that's probably the only thing that they're relying on at this point. But
I mean, technically, would it be legal? I mean, they probably own the channels. They own the model. Is that a little girl wearing black, talking like a 50-year-old man? Little tuber girl. I mean, it's a lolly VTuber. Yeah, Rev does do that. Rev does do that.
Obviously, morally speaking, it's terrible, and a lot of people are pointing out this.
Yeah, morally is really disgusting. I don't think we can argue about that. Morally, that is super disgusting. But it's legal probably. Like I said, they own the channels. They own the models. I don't think you can't do much.
Retired talents. These are people who moved on, and they're literally trying to dredge up the corpses of these former Whackter VTubers for their own financial benefit. And I feel really sorry for anyone who might have thought this was a good opportunity. I'm worried that someone is going to see this as an opportunity, a legitimate one, and they're not going to know about the history.
I mean that will happen. What if they are taken from other VTubers like bought and hacked? Like bought or hacked? These are models that they own. Because for some companies, it's like when you graduate as like a talent, um, sometimes they own your channel and they own your model. And since this was a former VTuber company and like rebranded, they probably still own those channels and the model, which is why it's technically probably legal.
Of Whackter, especially someone who might be, you know, on a different part of the world who doesn't know about the whole history of Whackter, and they're gonna go sign up for this, and they're gonna get blasted. Anyone who gets caught in the middle of this, trying to take over these accounts, they're gonna get destroyed. And someone, I could genuinely see someone accidentally getting into this without knowing the full.
I mean, it might happen. It might happen. Because the harsh truth is, not everybody's on Twitter. And when they find somebody who might see this, who's not like a super Twitter person, and like they see this and sign up for it, which is why when it happens, we should not like blast the VTuber, like the talent. We should blast the company. Man, why don't people just do simple business and live without issues? Because you know, it. I don't understand a lot of like the practice that some like VTuber companies like do. Like some I find weird. Like the owning your channel and like owning like your model. I think that's super weird. That is just super weird. Personally, I that's just my opinion. I find it weird. Um, some other stuff like DG Sanji takes a lot of the money of like their talents. There's also some other stuff that I find super weird.
Whole story. But overall, this whole campaign is disgusting, and everyone's shitting all over it, and rightfully so. I mean, yeah, like imagine like someone like Gargura graduated, and then when she is gone, some other new person comes in, just takes over her account and starts streaming from her original.
Just imagine that would happen. Oh my god. Whoever like whole life would be like crucified on the spot if that ever happened.
Account. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible, and really just like shame on Whackter, but at this point they're shameless. Like, what else can you say about them? They have been caught doing a million wrong things, and they just keep pushing forward, and this is just the latest controversy for them.
This is okay. This is wild. So pretty much just like taking the channels and models of like graduated VTubers and just like literally like looking for somebody new to like pilot pretty much these channels and models is kind of wild. You have to admit that's kind of wild. Like going that far is insane. This is insane. I have to admit. Wow, that's super scummy. Yeah, let's keep an eye out on those. Like, how can you be worse than Niji Sanji?